this is the second stage of the cycle of the mentoring. We started with the initial meeting, which we know that it's called the get to know one, and it's a key point to build trust, as Mr. Adil said. The second one is getting to work really, but before we get to work, we have to adjust the work first. We adjust the work before in the pre-observation, and we set many things before about the focus area. This is one of the most important things before you do the pre-observation meeting. So the pre-observation meeting comes after initial, as we said, and we do the needs analysis, and we have to keep in mind that the needs analysis and the area, the focus area. This is very important because we are not going to look at the whole lesson. We are going to just targeting one main area or one focus area. This is, we have to keep in mind. The purpose of it, as we said, decide the purpose of the visit and discuss together the areas, the focus areas. Okay, let's go to the observation itself. The observation itself, we have two kinds of observation. We have watched it with Dr. Nihan. We said that Mr. Yasser has told us about the Japanese style of visiting teachers, which is the lesson study, okay? And it has a lot of benefits for the teachers. And of course, we have the one-to-one, which is the peer observation, okay? And we call it the, there was a term of it, a shortcut for it. When a teacher, very good, very good.
Visit
so the V is visit other teacher. Okay. So this is the observation. We have to keep in mind also there are some communicative language we have to use during this observation. We can use the active listening during all these processes, and we have to use keep in mind also the language that we use. Also, we don't forget the rapport and the active listening and the effective language. So, in the observation, we said that the strategies, we have two kinds of strategies. Again, two kinds, as we said, the peer and the lesson study. How about the techniques? Can you remember?
Can I add something? Because Dr. Nihan was suggesting the idea of also self-observation, because sometimes you cannot, the mentor cannot go inside the classroom. So how you suggested, yes, the self-observation method?
That's a good point. That's a good point. If you observe yourself, if you record yourself very well, in this way you can reflect. So we have three other ways. Thank you, Ms. Esther, for the third strategy. And for the techniques, we have taken some 7 techniques.
Yes.
These are the strategies. And the techniques, how many of them can you remember?
7.
7, very good. They all, to consume the time, they all speak about the look from the teacher to the student, the movement of the teacher between classes, the overviews, very good, okay? How the question goes from the teacher to the student, or from the student to the student. So they all go around these areas. Let's check them together quickly. Scripting, you're going to script what's happening in all, and we said that it takes much time. Selective verbatim, the verbal flow, a task, sampling, and class traffic, and tally marks, and you have very quick notes you are going to take. So the post, this is number. Can you remember the number of the post? Which one in the cycle?
4.
4, very good. Okay. So the post observation. In the post observation, we have 2 parts, which is the feedback and the reflection. We added an adjective to the word feedback. Can you remember what's this adjective? Constructive. Is it important to say constructive?
Yes.
So what does it add to the word feedback?
It's not positive, judgmental or negative.
Not judgmental.
Yes.
Very good. Supportive.
Positive.
In a welcoming way. In an acceptable, welcoming way and caring way. Okay, let's go to the feedback. We have all agreed on that you are not going to force your answers. You're not going to give just details, and solutions. You help the mentee to find solution himself, to evaluate themselves. This is a good way. This is how the good mentor works. And you should leave a good and a positive impact. and you focus on the issue, as you said, not
Not the person.
the person. And
Personalization
that's
is-
a very good point we have to keep
Yes,
in
it's
mind.
right in the card.
And of course,
We have to-
Jib's
we have
reflective
the-
cycle,
Yes.
I think Mr. Sabri has concluded that. The follow-up communication, and of course we have the reflection. And we have, as we said, Mr. Sabri also has spoke about the 3 types of reflection. Students can reflect, teachers can reflect, and mentees can reflect. Again, we said this is before, students and mentees and,
Yes.
as mentees, sorry, and teachers and mentors. After these 4 cycles, we have a follow-up. So the follow-up, we all decide on what has gone, and we check the work together after you have concluded and after you passed your feedback and your opinion and your reflection, and you can decide on a new action plan. So the mentee and the mentor, they sit together and they decide on what's going to happen the next part, and they are going to start a new cycle again. This is the end of the follow-up. So the cycle goes round again and again and again. So this is it was the end of our part.